I still remember the sound of laughter echoing across the hangar. Not the warm kind. The sharp kind that sticks to your skin. A single sentence had just been thrown like a joke, but it landed like a punch. "Fix this helicopter, I'll kiss you right now." Everyone laughed. Except the man holding the mop. What no one knew was that those words were about to flip every life in that room upside down, and remind us that kindness often hides behind the most worn-out uniforms. Before we begin, take a second to support stories like this. Subscribe to the channel, tap the like button, and share your thoughts in the comments. This is Kindness World, where real human moments remind us how powerful kindness can be. The helicopter company was one of the biggest private aviation firms in the Midwest. Glass walls, polished floors, and a CEO named Veronica Hale who was known for her sharp mind and sharper tongue. She built the company from the ground up, and everyone respected her for it. But respect didn't always come with patience. That morning, a client's helicopter had failed its final test before delivery. Engineers crowded around it, whispering theories. Time was money, and every delay meant thousands lost. Veronica walked in, heels clicking, confidence filling the room. "Why is it still grounded?" she snapped. No one answered fast enough. In the corner stood Ethan Cole, the night janitor. Early 30s. Single dad. Worn sneakers, faded blue uniform, hands rough from years of cleaning and fixing what others ignored. He was there because he'd been asked to mop oil near the landing pad. Ethan glanced at the helicopter and then at the open panel near the rotor housing. He hesitated, then quietly said, "I think the issue might be the coupling alignment. It looks off by just a hair." The room went silent. Then laughter broke out. Veronica turned, surprised that the janitor had spoken. She raised an eyebrow and smirked. "You? Fix this helicopter?" She laughed, then tossed out the line that made everyone chuckle. "Fix it, and I'll kiss you right now." The laughter grew louder. Ethan's face flushed, but he didn't argue. He didn't shout. He just nodded once and went back to his mop. What no one saw was what he carried home every night. Ethan had once been an aerospace mechanic in the Air Force. Years earlier, after his wife passed away, life had collapsed around him. He left the service to raise his daughter, Lily, who was 6 and needed him more than any title ever could. Between medical bills and childcare, he took the janitor job because it was stable and close to home. That night, Lily sat at the kitchen table doing homework while Ethan cooked boxed macaroni. She talked about her day non-stop, like she always did. "Daddy," she said, "did you fix anything today?" He smiled softly. "Not today, Peanut." Later, after Lily fell asleep, Ethan couldn't stop thinking about that helicopter. About the misalignment he'd noticed. About the laughter. Not because it hurt, but because he knew he could help. The next morning, he arrived early. Before anyone else. He asked security for permission to check something. They shrugged. "Just don't touch anything important." Ethan opened the panel carefully. He adjusted the coupling, recalibrated the alignment, and secured it back into place. It took him 15 minutes. When the engineers arrived and ran the test again, the helicopter lifted smoothly into the air. No vibration. No error. Perfect. Veronica rushed in, eyes wide. What changed? One engineer checked the logs. Nothing on record. But, it's fixed. Someone glanced at Ethan, who was quietly wiping down a window. "Wait," another engineer said slowly. "He was here early." The room turned toward Ethan. He froze. Veronica walked over, her confident stride suddenly unsure. "Did you touch the helicopter?" Ethan nodded. "I hope that's okay. I used to work on these. I didn't mean any disrespect." Silence. Then Veronica did something no one expected. She took a deep breath and laughed, not mockingly this time. She held up her hand. Everyone out. When the room cleared, she looked at Ethan, really looked at him. Why are you mopping floors? He told her everything. The Air Force. His wife. Lily. The bills. The choices. Veronica listened. Her voice was softer when she spoke again. I mocked you yesterday. In front of everyone. And I was wrong. She extended her hand. I don't owe you a kiss. I owe you respect. That afternoon, Ethan was offered a full-time technical position with benefits. Flexible hours. Paid leave. Enough to finally breathe. But that wasn't the moment that stayed with him. That night, Veronica showed up at a school fundraiser where Lily was performing. She sat in the back, clapping the loudest. Afterward, she knelt to Lily's level and said, Your dad is one of the smartest people I know. Lily beamed. Ethan felt something tighten in his chest. Weeks later, Veronica started a company program to retrain support staff who wanted to grow into technical roles. She credited Ethan publicly, not as a hero, but as a reminder. Kindness, she said, is noticing people before you judge them. Ethan never asked for apologies. He never brought up the joke again. But the hangar changed. People listened more. Smiled more. Laughed less at others and more with them. And sometimes, when Ethan walked past that helicopter, he'd smile, not because he fixed it, but because kindness finally took flight. So if you ever see someone being overlooked, mocked, or dismissed, remember this story. A single moment of kindness can lift more than a machine. It can lift a life. And maybe, just maybe, it can lift all of us.